Hey everyone, how y'all doing? So today I have a traveling knife to check out. This is the KERSHAW Culpepper, and it was put out as a traveling knife by Andrew over at Baxter's Blades. And I have to tell you, he emailed me and asked if I wanted to check out the knife, and I'm like, yeah. And I've been pretty excited for it because, again, it's one of those knives that I've been interested in for a long time, basically since they came out, and it's been on my wish list on several different dealers, and I've never gotten it, and I've always actually, I know for a fact I've had it in my cart waiting to check out at least twice, and for whatever reason I ended up not getting it. So now that I have it, had it in hand, played with it, used it, carried it, I am definitely going to get me one. If I can't get this particular model of it, I'll find one that I like. I know they have a full copper handled one. That looks pretty interesting. But yeah, I'm definitely going to get one of these, hopefully in the near future. There is one knife in particular I'm trying to save money up for. It's a little more expensive knife for me, and I just haven't been able to do it. So again, do I get the Culpepper, one I've always wanted since they've come out, or another one I've always wanted that costs, I don't know, 5 times more. But anyways, like I said, started out at Baxter's Blades, and it's gone through quite a handful of channels. First channel it went to was John over at JL Ventures Outdoors, and he made this cool slip for it. We'll come back to that. Then John sent it to Terry's Knives and Man Stuff. He had it. Then he sent it to Tobias Gibson. He had it. And then he sent it to Randy's WSG, which I don't have a sticker for. Then he sent it to RJ's Knives. Then RJ sent it to Kalen over at Gunslinger Cal. And then he sent it to Second Chance George, and George sent it to me. And it kind of got hung up in the USPS Postal Service for several days in one location. We're all getting a little worried about it. And then all of a sudden it showed up mailbox, so all is good. I don't know who I'm sending it out to. If between the time I'm filming and the time I upload this, I find out who I'm sending it to, I'll put them up here on the screen, who it's going to next if I find out. But yeah, let's move these out a little bit, out of the way, move that up. And first, let's check out the awesome slip that John from JL Ventures Outdoors made. Pretty nice leather. He dyed it red to kind of match the knife a little bit. And let me say, he does this beautiful work, nice stitching. Finished the edges really nice. It's got design stamped around here with like a longhorn skull right there on the back. More of that pattern, signed a JO. It's got the boot prints for the traveling knives. He's been putting that on slips he's made for traveling knives, and I don't know how many slips he's ended up making and adding to a traveling knife. Quite a few. I think he even made a belt sheath for one knife. And yeah, very nice of John to make these and pass them along, and hopefully everything gets back to the owner and he gets a nice new slip with it. But yeah, just to show you, here's one John made for me, broken and nice. It's kind of taken the shape of the Rosecraft blades of Koi River Kayak. That's the knife I carry the most in there. I have other ones I do carry, but again, very nice. He put this multicolored thread on mine. So there's that. Oh, I didn't mention he added this lanyard to it with a Randy's WSG bead. So that's cool. I have one on mine also. But now let's get to this knife. You might notice this thing on here, I believe Tobias added this to it so he could pull the knife out of that slip easier, because it rides pretty deep in that slip, and yeah, it seems to be kind of shaped going like this, and it's kind of hard to, with my fat fingers, to fish it out. So he added this to it just to be able to pull it out, and that works pretty good. A little bit long and dangly for my liking, but as you can see, it does have a lanyard hole in it, so that's kind of different and cool. But check out that red bone. That is really nice. I like red bone. I'm becoming a big fan of it. As you can see, my favorite slip joint that I own has red bone. They call it red apple bone. So yeah, I'm really digging red bone knives. Now I believe everything's nickel silver. I'm not 100% positive. The pins could be brass, but like I said, I'm not sure on this. But it looks like nickel silver bolster, nickel silver flying squirrel shield with Kershaw printed on it. So that's pretty neat looking. And the overall design, the pattern of this is basically a Barlow. Now, it's kind of in between Barlow. Tobias talked more about that. And here's a regular size Barlow, Rough Rider. And here's the Rough Rider Big Daddy Barlow. So you can see it's right in between. I like the size of it. That is about 4 1/8 inches closed, about the exact size as a standard trapper. Here's a case trapper, and you can see, yeah, basically the same size closed as a trapper. Might keep that out for a little comparison. But yeah, fit and finish on this is pretty spot on. That shield's in there nice. The pins are nice and flush. Transitions from the bone to the bolster, it's pretty nice. One corner, this corner right here, I can feel, but that's minor, very minor. Brass liners, stainless steel back spring. Check it out. Very, and I mean very tiny bit of gapping. If you open the blade up and you really look, like at the window, you can see just the very tiniest touch of light coming through right about in here, and even less coming through up here. So that is very nice. Nice and flat, smooth, no stepping. Man, the butt of it's all nice and round. The end of the back spring right there is done nice straight, clean across. Unlike some knives, in particular, that looks horrible on the case, and that is nice and clean. Yeah, what else can I say about this thing before we get to the blade? I really like that red bone. Anybody has red bone knives they want to get rid of, let me know. But yeah, single bladed knife. It's not very thick. I mentioned something and I get curious. About 0.46, less than half an inch thick, so pretty slim. Let's pull this blade out, check it out. Got a mirror polish finish on this. So what a nice looking clip point. Got a long long nail pull right here. And what's different about this is a long nail pull on both sides. So whether you open it however you open it. If you want to do it left-handed, that's your, whatever your preference is, whatever your natural, you do it from the other side. That is nice. I wish more knives would do something like that, instead of like Rough Riders been putting double nail nicks on one side. Why? Put a nail nick on one side and on the other side. Just makes it easier. I mean, if I broke my thumbnail off and I cut it real short and I can't get onto it, I can get onto it like that. So that is cool. And a couple other things a little bit different I'd notice is got a nice sharpening choil right there. It goes beyond the plunge grind a little bit. You can see got a little bit of a smile going on. And the factory grind looks like they got too far in. I don't know if this thing's ever been sharpened. Kind of, to me, still has a, kind of looks like factory edge, but can't tell you that. Got Kershaw right there. Nice small print. Of course, you got all the Kershaw's stuff on the back here. Model number 4383RB, Kai, KAI, and D2. This does have D2 steel blade, so that is cool. China, it's marked China, real small down in there. So overall, a pretty clean blade, except for that. I'm digging it. Does have jimping up here, which I think is kind of odd on a slip joint, right? Because use that jimping, you're pushing on a blade. I don't know, but I like jimping. This isn't very aggressive jimping, so doesn't really bite in very much. Got a swedge up here. That's just a nice looking clip point. In fact, it kind of curves up, kind of sweeps up to the top and comes straight down. I think that's a very attractive looking blade. I'm liking it. Now, like I said, it's D2 steel, so that's good. I think the other models have 7CR steel, which be okay on a knife like this. If I have to get a 7CR instead of D2, I will. But very nice. Pull on this is not bad. I'd give it a good 4, 4.5 maybe. No half stop. Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. Snaps open. Snaps closed. Takes off right about there, so very snappy blade. I dig it. I really like the Kershaw Culpepper. Like I said, it's one that's been on my list. I think now that I've handled one and I really like it, I'm definitely going to get one. And before I end the video, there's actually a couple extra things in the box. Got a envelope with a bunch of stickers in it, so that's cool. I added one of my stickers. I have two stickers left, and I was gonna check out, do a size comparison of a Trapper Open and the Culpepper. Looks like the Culpepper is a little bit longer overall than a regular size Trapper. Yeah, maybe 1/8 of an inch or so. So that's cool. Now, get on to these other things. I have no clue who added these. Okay, so someone added this little multi-tool, Swiss Army knife type of multi-tool, and it's pretty cool. Has kind of rubberized handle, has a key ring on there, and let's check out the blade. I guess it's Bud Blades, or if you can see that, B-A-L-A-D-E, Belade, I don't know. Never heard of it, but nice little drop point blade. Don't know the steel. That's fairly sharp, and that's actually locking, has a liner lock. So a locking blade on here. Now you have an opening layer, bottle opener, screwdriver tip, wire bender notch, just like on a Victorinox. And then you have a can opener with, I guess, a screwdriver tip right there. Nice sharp. And the can opener is locking too, so that's nice. It's not gonna get stuck in the can and fold up. I've had that happen. So that has a cool liner lock. And then if I can find a nail nick, decent looking pair of scissors. See if it, yeah, it cuts paper. Will it cut? I ain't got nothing to try, but looks like a decent pair of scissors. So that folds in there. Now, what's strange about this, has this kind of hook, and if you open the scissors up, get them out of the way, below the scissors is a Phillips head screwdriver. So they reside underneath the scissors. That's different. So that's all the tools on the front. On the back you have an awl, poker, kind of, it's cylindrical. It's kind of like a marlin spike. That's kind of interesting. And then you have your corkscrew. And I don't know if a Victorinox mini screwdriver fit in there. It looks smaller. We'll try that. Just, yeah. So it's a smaller corkscrew than a Victorinox. Oh, I just knocked my phone onto the floor. So that's very interesting. That's cool. I never heard of blades or Belati or whatever it's called. Pivot's got Phillips head screws in it. Like I said, rubberized handle. Very cool. That was cool to check out. Now, this I'm assuming came from secondhand George because it says 2CG right there. And it's in a little slip that I'm assuming he made. And it looks kind of old. Almost looks like he got holes up here for stitching. I don't know. Yeah. So he might have modified this from another sheath or for a slip for another knife to fit this, but pretty cool. Got a little paracord lanyard on here with a cool looking bead. So that's cool, but check it out. This is like a Duke knife. I don't know what else to call it. Kind of cool. It's got some Japanese writing on it. Have no clue. I've never owned a knife like this. My son had a Duke at one point, and I thought that was pretty cool. So you have your little thumb flipper here. Open this thing up. It's a little stiff. See, there's quite a bit of oil on it. And that's kind of like your lock on it too, because put your thumb on there, you're holding it down, you're holding it open. So yeah, check that blade. It's pretty wicked. Pretty rough looking blade. You can still see like a layer of steel right in there. That's pretty cool. Cool blade shape. Reverse tanto blade. Very sharp, pokey, stabby tip on it. It's got almost like a Scandi grind. Tall saber grind, but it feels flat. Almost feels like a Scandi grind, and almost looks like this side looks like I can see a micro bevel. Well, I don't see it on this side, so it's pretty close to being a zero grind. So that's cool, and yeah, don't have anything to cut up. Here's like a postcard. Yeah, that works. That's pretty cool. Got a lanyard hole back there. Friction, it's a friction slip joint, you know. Except you have that to place your thumb on. Pretty awesome. I dig that. And it comes, and he's got a sheath for it. So very cool. Now, I guess that'll do it. It was cool to check out the extra things. The Kershaw Culpepper, just an awesome, good looking knife. I dig it. And I guess that'd do it for this video. Do the usual. Like, comment, subscribe to this channel if you haven't. And I will link all the channels down in the description. And if I find out who I'm sending it to before this goes up, I'll add that channel in the description also. And I guess that's it. Till the next video, bye.